Just how will hobbyist drone flyers be impacted by Brexit? Which rules will we need to follow? Let's take a look.
Geeksvana is your drone channel.
Hey everyone, my name is Sean and welcome to Geeksvana. There are a lot of changes coming to consumer drones across Europe over the next couple of years, including a complete rethink of the very rules we fly our drones under. You can watch our EU drone laws playlist to find out more about this. There's a link in the description. This is all very well and good for the EU, but isn't the UK about to leave? Won't Brexit simply swipe away those incoming regulations? Well, put simply, no. Most drone flyers are aware that the UK airspace is controlled by the CAA, the Civil Aviation Authority, who cover everything from your Mavic Mini through to hot air balloons all the way up to supersized airliners like the Airbus A380. We all know the CAA well from the recent drone registration scheme and the drone code, etc. However, what many hobbyist drone flyers in the UK do not realise is that there is a whole level of control and regulation above the CAA. This is the European Union Aviation Safety Agency, or EASA, who are an agency of the European Union, the EU, with responsibility for civil aviation safety. As well as overseeing and working with the EU member states, EASA also cover other countries such as Switzerland and Iceland under agreement. The idea here is to ensure the same high aviation standards are maintained throughout Europe. EASA are directly responsible for rulemaking across the member states. As of 2020, EU directives covering everything from where you can fly your drone to what kind of drone can be flown will come into effect. The period between July 2020 and July 2022 will be spent implementing the new rules across the member states. The UK government, the CAA, the EU and EASA all agree that all parties would be best served for a post-Brexit UK to remain a member state of EASA and therefore maintain UK airspace to the same standards. This means that when you hop on your summer holiday flight across to Spain or Italy, everything will still work the same, and there will be little impact to the many industries which rely on an open sky across the EASA member states area. Of course, this will also mean the UK will be adopting the EU-wide rules on drones. To keep this video relatively simple, I won't go into too much detail today. Again, we have a playlist on the new EU drone rules which are coming. A link is in the description, and I will be releasing more videos on the changes over the next few weeks. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing, and to get the latest drone news first, click the notification bell. There are some significant changes coming, some of which will be seen as positive. Some will no doubt be seen as over-regulation by the drone community. For instance, once these regulations are in place, you'll be able to fly your drone under the same rules in any EASA member state. So taking your drone with you to capture amazing footage on your European holiday will become a lot simpler. With the right drone and qualification, you'll also be able to fly in a lot of places and scenarios currently off limits to hobbyist flyers. But back to Brexit for now. The CAA have published their reply, if you like, to the new EU drone laws under CAP 1789. In this document, they outline the plans for the UK to implement the new EU drone laws from July 2020. It is also intended as an aid to reading and understanding the regulations themselves. I've placed a link to the PDF of the CAP 1789 in the description. I'd highly recommend that any UK drone flyer who has not read this yet should do so soon. The CAA also outlined their reactions to a so-called hard Brexit, which is where the UK would leave the EU without a formal agreement. Even under these scenarios, after the dust has settled, the CAA and UK government would still look to mirror EASA regulations, again to ensure we keep the industry running smoothly and the skies open. So, come what may, and whatever type of Brexit we're going to experience, the new EU drone laws are going to be implemented in the UK by the CAA, and we should all start to get used to what it means for us drone flyers. There are going to be new airspace and drone terminology, as well as significant changes in commercial drone flying in the UK, with the PFCO as we know it being replaced by a very different system. Even the actual drones we are flying are going to change, with a new CE marking scheme, which will tell you which drone can be flown in which airspace. As I mentioned before, my playlist with more details on this is in the description, and there will be many more videos coming to Geeksvana explaining all of the changes in much more detail, so stay tuned. What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on the UK remaining a member of EASA and adopting the new drone rules after Brexit? Is this something which will help the UK's path to a more independent future? Or will the new drone laws hinder the hobby unnecessarily? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd really appreciate knowing your views on this. See you next time.
Please remember to like and subscribe.